what's been your experience as being, one of the youngest mayor in your city to now an experienced long-term council member?
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch the evolution. So I was the youngest person ever elected in Mountain View, and then served as the youngest mayor. When I first joined council, so the first time that I ran, I was in my mid 20s in 2008. I lost that first time around, which was actually, even though I lost, very helpful because you learn so much from the campaign process. And then I was ready to go the next time seats opened up. Um, but in that environment, I was not just the youngest person elected, I was the youngest person on council by far. And even though the other council members were very welcoming and did everything they could to help get me up to speed and get me used to everything, there's those generational differences. Just you just have different perspectives on things. And so at the time, the council wasn't as diverse as it is today. I was by far the youngest person, but then over time, we ended up, with some generational turnover. With now, I have three council members who are younger than I am. People from every walk of life, a much more diverse council. I mean, up until I came back on, we had six women, one man on council. And it's much more ethnically diverse now, and we have renters on council, which we didn't used to have. And so there's just much more representation. And I think, you know, I, I would like to say I started something, but really what happened was there was just some generational turnover, which happens occasionally. But it's been interesting to watch. And Mountain View's remained stable over that period, even though we've had a number of different folks come and go policy wise.
And do you ever offer advice to these younger council members?
Yeah, I mean,
If so, what is it?
at this point, they're pretty far in, so they don't
Yeah.
really need. If anything, they're yelling at me for not going along with some of their votes. But there is another generation that's even younger who's starting to get involved, and those are the folks who I think several of the younger members of council and even some of the older ones have been mentoring, trying, because I think one of the most important things that you do as a policymaker isn't just voting, it's also figuring out the pipeline and ensuring that, once you're gone, the city's in, or whatever jurisdiction is in good hands.